me what it's like being on set with Kevin Costner.
You know what? It's really remarkable how humble and how natural of a person Kevin is. And I mean, you see it in the other room. You know, if he puts his heart and soul and believes in everything that he does.
He's definitely a guy who shows up. He knows his lines, your lines, the whole scene backwards and forwards. So he gave a speech after we did the table read where he was talking about, like, listen, you know, this was a movie that we wanted to get made and nobody put money up for it, so I decided to put my own money up for it. We have a very quick shooting schedule, so we need everybody to be on their game. And, you know, I always come, especially as a comic, I always make sure I'm overly prepared because I always feel like any second they'll be like, what is this jackass doing here? Get him out, especially if it's a drama. So I think everyone was just extra prepared. And, yeah, there was just something, we just did it. To be honest with you, I just kind of sat down and did it. I did the same way you do it in an acting class, because if I actually sat down and contemplated who I was sitting across from, which still would happen. We were sitting when we were doing the lawyer scene, right? We're sitting at the table and Anthony's, you know, taking the piss out of my client Kevin, and I'm sitting there listening to him. And at one point, he said something that I was worried was gonna set Kevin's temper off, his character.
Yeah.
And so I looked to say something to him, and it was, you know, Anthony's POV, so Kevin's all lit up and everything, and I literally looked over and I was just like, that's Kevin Costner. Like, I literally had that thought in the middle of the scene.
When we shot this movie, it was such a free range of emotion and spirit and understanding on this set. Everybody just really was excited about being involved in this project. And not just because Kevin Costner. We're in a point in this day and age where everyone wants to figure out where and who we are as a people and as a generation. And I think this movie and this set, it was filled with people who want to provoke that conversation. They never take anybody for granted. You know, Kevin knew everyone's name. Octavia said hello to everyone when she came on set. We were just like a close-knit group of friends, you know, and we were like, you know, showing up to work with your friends and getting paid to do what you love.
Mike Binder found you on Conan when you were doing a segment. That's how you got cast in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about, but there was something about my vibe that he liked, and he's like, yeah, this guy's, you know, it was actually a friend of his saw it and said, Mike, this is a comedian I've been telling you about. Showed it to him, and he goes, yeah, that's the guy, and then he showed it to Kevin, and Kevin was like, all right, yeah, give it to him, which is crazy.
Octavia is, she's remarkable. She really is a pleasant, lovable, understanding human being. And the first day on set, I saw she gave me a big old hug, and we started laughing and joking and talking. And I was like, you're just like everybody else. You know, the Oscar hasn't tainted the beautiful person that you are. And when you get on set and you see someone who has really just a friendly, true energy about them, you realize that you don't need the extra work. You don't need the backstory. You don't need that, because the first day we stepped on set, I said one line, and Octavia came back at me in a way where I was like, oh. I think the thing about Octavia that's so loving is she really knows how lucky she is. I really know how lucky I am. And I think when you realize how lucky you are, all the other BS goes out the window.